Hello everyone, Dom here, and on this video I'm going to show you and play for you 5 free, completely free Halion Sonic SC libraries that you should download right here, right now, whatever DAW you're using, because you should never let free sounds get away. Right after this. So I decided to make this video because I realized that not many people know that Halion Sonic SC, you know, the instrument that you can run inside Cubase or inside any other DAW that supports VST, VST3, AU, and AAX, is actually a free platform. It's an instrument that you can download for free, and then you can load it with libraries, and sometimes you can even find some really cool free libraries. So today I'm going to talk about 5 of them that you can download right now, no matter what DAW you're using. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the first library, Alto Glockenspiel Essential. It's from Cinematic Instruments, and it's free. But because it's free, it doesn't mean that it doesn't sound amazing. So let's play it. So beautiful, beautiful instrument. It's really lovely. I love the way that you can go from gentle to hard. So you have quite a bit of variation right there. This is great for, you know, like cinematic music. If you want to add a little bit of an element to a track, you know, maybe you have a pop track and then you want to go like stuff like this, then you can change the decay. Or you can make it really long. You can change the tone. So make it brighter or make it darker. That's very nice, it's nice and warm. So you have a lot of variation there when it comes to the sound. And all this coming from a free instrument, I think it's a good deal. I think you can go and just click on download. I'm going to try and have the links down below so that you can go and download them straight away. Now let's see what else we have here. We have a delay, so we have quarter notes. And let's turn down the delay and let's check out the reverb. The reverb is really nice. We have the church reverb first. Then we have the special one, which is very special actually. Long decay, quite bright. Then we have the infinite, but I'm gonna keep it for last. Then we have the room one, which actually makes it sound a little bit more domestic. It sounds like it's recorded and played in a room. I love this reverb, especially, you know, this is almost like it could be like a kid's instrument, you know, like the Orff system. You know, if you know Orff. This instrument makes some really good sounds. And now let's try the infinite. The infinite is, I love it. It lasts forever. So, lots and lots of stuff for you to play with. It also has some really interesting effects. It has the cabinet that adds like a cabinet sound. You know, a little bit of, you know, distortion and saturation there. And then we also have the rotary. So that will add a rotary effect to your sound, which is great. Actually, if you turn up the decay, so great instrument. There's absolutely no reason for you not to have it in your arsenal. I would say go and download it straight away. Now, the second instrument is, well, it's one of my instruments. It's the Modern 80s drum kit. I talked about it in a previous video, so if you want to learn about how to use it and all the ins and outs, please go and watch that video. I'm gonna link it right here. But again, this is a completely free instrument. I'm going to try and keep it for free for as long as I can. But this is basically a drum kit that's ready to go if you want to create 80s synthwave tracks or even beef up like acoustic drums. It works very well for that. And that's an instrument that I created first for my needs. I was using it all the time for productions, so I decided to give it a nice interface and a few cool controls. So let me play it for you. The other thing that I have is I have quite a few ready to go effects there. So you can say, okay, I want to make my kick drum a little bit more modern. That's why I call it Modern 80s Drum Kit, because this is obviously quite a few kick drums layered with each other. But if you want to get a more kind of modern kind of sound, you just turn on the kick sauce and check it out. Check how it sounds without it and with it. So see, it adds quite a bit of low end, and then you can decide how much. Definition as well. And then, for example, for the snare, I have this snare sauce here. So, you know, immediately it sounds, you know, it hits you in the face. But you can make your snare tight or long. You can also make it with more attack. The kick width, you know, make it wider. Snare reverb. 80s tom reverb. These cool things that do this, you know, so you can go, you know, all these cool things, and the same for the toms, you know. And then I have some sources here, so I have some compression that's very typical for 80s, you know, and synthwave tracks. Let's try it out. So it's very, very powerful, you know. Be careful when you use it because you can go overboard with this. I have the bus punch and the bus room. And the final sauce, which makes everything sound and come together. So, I'm not going to talk more about this because I've done a dedicated video about it, but I guess that you now can get an idea. This is free. I'm going to have a link down below, and I hope you have lots of fun with it. So this I created just using 2 pieces of software, Backbone, and the second one was Halion. So Halion is a massive platform that allows you to do incredible things with sound design. Even if you're using samples, or if you want to create your own synthesizers, you just need to learn your tools and then you can create amazing things. And speaking of learning, I want to talk to you about today's video sponsor, and that's Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people like we are. You know, we're musicians, we're creative by nature, okay? This is by default. With Skillshare, you can acquire new skills, but also improve on your existing passions. So if you're passionate about music and you want to learn how to play the guitar, for example, or how to learn music theory, or maybe how to read music, there's something in Skillshare for you. For me, there's so much stuff that I use Skillshare for. For example, for a while now, I've been into drone photography and videography. I got a drone and I just realized how different it is to just filming with a normal cinema camera. So this month I've been checking out the introduction to aerial videography, creative direction for drone filming from Wild Rabbit Productions, and it's super cool. You learn how to plan a shoot, you learn how to set up. They've done quite a few filmings, so you have tons of examples to check out. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes so that you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. And for the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link that I have in the description, you will get a free trial of the premium membership so that you can try it out yourself and you can explore your creativity. So thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the free sounds. Now the next library I've talked about quite a few times already, and it's the Novel piano from Sonic Atoms. It's a lovely piano. Like I've said before, you can never have enough pianos, so do yourself a favor and go and download it right now. Okay, I'm gonna play it first. I mean, this piano immediately invites you to write some cool themes. Let's try something in G minor. It's like a fairy tale. And actually, this preset is called Fairy Tale Piano, and I love it. I think there are 2 presets. Actually, there are 3. There's a Novel piano. And again, we have some simple controls here, reverb mix. And let's try the scoring piano as well. You could say that the film piano is the more kind of normal, may I say? Like, it sounds a little bit more open. Are you convinced now? Go and download this. Come on guys, this doesn't cost a penny. You should have this. The next one is called Guitar Harmonics Essential, and it's again from Cinematic Instruments, and I'm gonna play it for you now. This is like guitar harmonics, and you might find it really strange, but the amount of times that I've used this instrument on productions and paid productions is unreal. It's super cool, and sometimes that's all you need. Some guitar harmonics can add a little bit of, you know, this kind of sprinkly kind of sound to your productions. Let me play it for you. Let's add more delay. Maybe a tiny bit of reverb. The effects are, if I'm not mistaken, the same like with the alto glockenspiel. And of course, I'm playing some kind of very, very usual pop chords, okay? Attack. I like the attack. I like to open the attack sometimes to create this kind of effects. And the same goes for the decay. Rotary. Cabinet. Let's move on to the next library. It's a bit strange, but it's also a library that I've created back in the day, and it was quite an experience. I've never talked about this library on my channel, if I'm not mistaken, but this library is called Engine Roar. This library I recorded using an iPad and my trusty UR22 Mark II audio interface. I went on location and recorded this car that you see on the photo. This photo I took with my phone and I created the library like this. This shows you how powerful Halion is. All these things you can do inside Halion. You don't need any additional software. So this is the car that I sampled. So I sampled pretty much everything. Let me show you. There are 3 presets in this library, but I think you're going to enjoy it. Now, the first preset is the Engine Roar SE, and it has all the sounds that are recorded right there on your keyboard. So engine start. Different engine noises. Because of obviously these supercars, they have different modes. They have sports mode, they have the normal mode, the driving mode. I can't even remember, you know, I'm not a car expert, but I enjoy cars, and this was so cool to sample. It was so loud, so I needed to make sure I sampled it right, because this would overload the preamps like nothing else. So if you ever need sounds from a supercar, you know, you're covered. So these are doors, windows, and these are all switches from inside the car. Parking lights, you know, belts, noises. Keys. I think that was the person that was handing me the keys, by the way. Honk. I mean, these sounds, if you want to buy a library that has sounds like this, they tend to be very expensive, and this is free for all of you to download. And I have some controls here, they're just for fun, but I have like the engine tuning. I have panning, and I have the oomph control, so you know, this gives you a little bit of low end, and I have an output control because these sounds can become very, very loud, so you might want to tame them a little bit. Now I'm going to show you the next preset that's called Engine Roar Cinematic Kit, okay? And this is something that I always wanted to do. So I took all these sounds and basically I created a cinematic kit out of these sounds because they're so big, you know? There was a lot of thump and a lot of, you know, bigness to these samples. So let me show you what I did, okay? So I have some controls here. Now these controls actually make a lot of sense when you try. I have punch, I have low end, I have definition, oomph, and outputs. Okay, so now I can play this as a drum kit on my keyboard. And then over here I have this thing. Remember that sound? So I created a pitched instrument there. And also the window noise, so it's going to... It's a lot of fun. I think there's another preset, it's called Monster Bass, and this sounds like a very, very dirty synth bass. And the effects do something cool. These are all from the samples from the car, okay? I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, it's the window. I'm not sure. Delay. Filter, oomph, demolition, and obviously if I learn CC and assign this to my mod wheel, So with this one, I wanted to also show you what you can do with simple samples when you drop them into Halion and start sound designing. It's incredibly powerful, guys. You have to try it out. You have to, download it, try the demo, and try and create a sound. It's so, so cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, come on, you know what to do. You need to subscribe if you haven't done so, because I know quite a few have, but I know that more haven't subscribed to the channel. So please subscribe, it really helps get you content like this. Hit the bell notification icon, it really, really matters. And share this video with whoever needs free sounds. Let's spread the love, let's spread the sounds. This is all good, it's all free, guys. Let's enjoy them. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.